In this video, it's an exciting video. We're going to be moving our Mourning Gecko colony into their new big bioactive enclosure. We've got one in here. It was a baby that I've been growing on. We've got 3 in the big Exoterra. However, in the Exoterra that I have got for the colony at the minute, 2 of their eggs hatched last night. I've been waiting for these eggs to hatch so that I can actually open the front door and get to them, sort of thing. So there could be babies in that enclosure too. We do have a few bits to do to that enclosure before we can actually put the animals in. Just a few little niggly bits and bobs. So let's get on with that. There's one of the lads that are going in there, or girls, so to speak. That's the enclosure that they're going in. Full bioactive enclosure. The feeding ledge is going to be on there. I've put these little suction cups on just to hope that they actually lay their eggs in them rather than on the corner of the glass like that little mess that's just there now. So yeah, we've got a few bits. First of all, we have to check the vents at the back of the actual enclosure, because you can see, where is it there? You can move that across so that it doesn't open up. There you go, see how it's open and closed? So I need to make sure they're closed. It's a good thing I checked that. There's one on this side as well, that's closed. The fog system is actually in place, working perfectly fine, absolutely amazing. We have got some modifications to do to this in the future. We have got, in that box just there, a full rain system to go in there. That's going to be absolutely amazing. Now, at the minute, we've got the waterfall, that's turned off. I'll open it to save the reflection. Whoosh, whoosh. You see how it's all just looking absolutely beautiful. This sort of viney plant is really looking absolutely amazing. It's going along the vine. Oh God, I love this setup. If you want to see how I actually made this setup, I'll leave a video card just up there. Click on that and that'll take you through to how I actually made this. The ones that are going in here are in this little enclosure right now, and I can't see any. You can see how massively overgrown it's got. So with it being so overgrown, I imagine the Mourning Geckos are possibly going to live down this back corner sort of area. Anyway, we've done the vents at the back corner. We've got this Pro 10 LED light, that's going to be going on there as well. We've got the waterfall turned off at the minute, just because I want them to get used to the enclosure first, and then I'm going to turn that on in a week or so. Then I've got the rain system to install. I've just got loads of bits and bobs to do to this. What's the next thing we've got to check? All their escape routes. So can they escape out of the very top corner all the way around? Because this is the Mourning Geckos, they can escape really easily. These ones do escape down the background, but it is only sort of a sort of Exoterra background in there. So this is not a fixed one like this one, so we don't have to worry about that. We have got a lot of little nooks and crannies all around the sort of wood areas where they can potentially hide. The only other place they can hide is right up that back corner. There's like an extension hole sort of thing, and that's where the fogger goes into a tube that's built into the background and it comes out halfway down. That has been covered over with mesh. They can't get out of the back corners, which is where I've got 2 tunnels. One's there for the cables, one's there for the fogger. They can't get into the top of them because we did mesh them over. Same again underneath. They can't get to the underneath of the hole that side because I've meshed it off, and that side is meshed off. That's where the fog comes out. So we don't have to do really anything. They can't really escape. When the door's closed, they are extremely firm doors. There we go. So normally babies can get out of the tiny little gap that's there and there and there. Oh, we have got this ventilation here. Now when we turn the fog on, you can really see the fog starting to come out of these, and you can see why I've meshed it there. Fortunately, no babies are actually going to be in here just yet, so I can keep them open for now, but eventually they probably will be taped over like that. I do have enough ventilation on the top, on the back corner, so I don't need to worry about that. The only issue with them escaping from here is the vent thing down here, so I do have to get that covered up eventually. Only the babies can escape, so I only have to do it in a few weeks when eggs do start getting laid. What I'm hoping to do with this one is, if they do lay their eggs in there or in there, I'll show you what they are. There you go, just an empty film canister. I'm hoping they'll go in there, it's dark, they can lay their eggs inside there, and hopefully they'll lay their eggs in there. If there is eggs in there, I can take that off because it is only suction cupped on, and then I can put it inside one of these baby enclosures so the eggs can hatch in there. The babies will be in there. Once the babies have hatched, I can clean out the suction cup and put it back into the main enclosure. That's the plan with them. I am thinking of putting some more sort of things similar to that dotted around on the floors and on the woods, because I'd imagine little crannies like that, little nooks and crannies, again I'll open the door, little nooks and crannies like that, the chances are they're going to lay eggs in there. So I just have to monitor them as soon as they go in there and just see how they behave. Now we've got to check and just double check that everything is working. We've got the fog system here with the plug. The plug goes in there. The fog light comes on. I'm going to turn it on maximum just so we can see it sort of happening. And you can already see some of the fog seeping in over there, but it actually comes in down it. Look at that. Now that's coming down the tube that's in the back corner that runs all the way down the back. So the fog's going through that hose into the hole, the tunnel that I've built into the background. It's coming out halfway, and look at that. So we've got the fog system. That's working perfectly fine. We've got the waterfall. That's looking perfectly fine. We've still got some of the fog in there as well. That just looks absolutely amazing. So I don't need to worry about anything to do with that. So far, it's really starting to come together. So it's all sorted. Everything works. It's ready for the Mourning Geckos. We just have one little finishing touch to do. And this is like the finishing touch for everything. Every enclosure that we have has to be branded with the Northern Exotic sticker. You can go there, my son. These stickers are absolutely amazing. They're a vinyl sticker, so they're made to go on glass. You can see all of my enclosures have got them on. It's just a lovely little branded sort of tip that I'll always do. I just love these stickers. They're made for glass. They work great on glass, and yeah, they're just perfect. Let's start getting them in. Their food has to go in. I've given them their favourite food. Now, I've made this ledge just here nice and flat, so the food can go in. You can see I've got this little pin at the end. This is just the lid off a tub sort of thing. It's nothing special. So I've got that pin, which I press into the substrate just there, so it sits perfectly there. They can go on the glass, come down and eat it. They can come down over here, sit and eat it. They can go from there. There's a few of them, so I have put quite a bit in there. Now, let's start with that one just there and get him in. You can see him just there. Now this one hasn't met with the others yet. I've been waiting for this one to grow quite nicely. This enclosure's gone through a 4-week quarantine sort of enclosure, so we've just got to try and get them in. Now the trick is I've got to try and get him out. There's no other babies in here, so I don't have to worry too much. I've just got to try and get him out into there, get the doors closed, then get the other enclosure down and try and find those ones and get them out. I've gave the whole enclosure a good mist down, so let's get... Oh, here he comes. Oh, no. Oh, you donk. Oh, straight in. Let's get you in there. Look at that. He's absolutely amazing. I kept him aside because he's one of the lighter coloured ones, or she's one of the lighter coloured ones. But yeah, how big is that enclosure for that guy just there? So now she's in, we'll close the doors up and start working on this colony just here. So we do have a fair few issues in here. One, there's 3 adult Mourning Geckos in here. They are egg-laying creatures. They are, as you can tell up here, there's a mess up here and it's all the eggs that they are laying. So I need to get the 3 eggs out. Now there was 2 eggs on this door just here. They have just hatched, so there is a possibility there's 2 babies in here. However, they do eat their young in confined spaces, which is one of the main reasons why I've actually done this big upgrade, because I want to get these into a bigger environment so that sort of stuff doesn't happen. So I've got to get the 3 adults out. I've got a couple of big cups here just to give me a hand. If one jumps out, I can sort of put it down like that, get it into the bottom, and then I can move it over. Hopefully it's as simple as that. And then hoping, again, that we do have a couple of babies in here. If there is a couple of babies in here, then I can work it so one of the little enclosures that I do have, the little jar enclosures, hopefully they come in handy with this one and we do find babies and so on like that. Now, I have done this before. This is a pain in the butt and there is normally babies. Now, I'm going to turn it around because sometimes the babies can get behind the back of the enclosure. And normally you can see them kicking around, but I can't on this one right now. I'm also going to take my ring off just because I don't want to cause any damage to any of the creatures in here. But so far, off the bat, I can't see any babies. So I guess we're just going to have to double check we can actually open this door. Yes, we can open the door. So that's what I'm going to do now. I've got to be careful because there's a hygrometer just here. You can see it there. And there's 2 eggs been laid. One's stuck to the glass and one's stuck to the hygrometer, and they're both stuck together. So I can't touch that hygrometer. I don't want to risk breaking the eggs. So I guess it's a case of move it quite far back in case they jump out. They'll jump onto the table and not anywhere else onto the floor like that one did just then. And we just have to keep an eye. Last time I tried to find babies in here, I didn't actually find one in here. It had jumped out and I didn't know it had jumped out, and I found it on the table. So keep your eyes peeled for potentially a baby running around the environment. Now let's get this door open. Boom. Now as you can tell, we've got 1 egg just there stuck to the door. We've got 1, 2, 4 eggs over in that corner just there. So we've just got to be really careful. I'm not going to be talking much here because I have to concentrate on this environment to make sure the animals don't escape and I can't get them. Actually, I'll just take the top off. First one I found, check it out, I found a baby straight away. Booyah! Let's put that over there. Right. Right, Jacob, hide.
Have they got teeth?
No, they haven't got teeth. I just didn't want you to step on one if he jumps on the floor, that's all.
Well,
Let's see if he'll do it on his own accord, and there we go. So what we've got there, we've just got one of the adults out. So now, currently, we have 1 baby and 1 adult out. I am well chuffed that we did find a baby in there. So now we've just got to try for the rest. And once we've got them all out, we'll move them over. So we've just got to try for the next ones now. There we go. That is one of the second adults have been found. That means we've got 2 adults and 1 baby so far. So now we've got to get the last cup and we've got to try and find the last adult. And then hopefully we can leave the other baby in there to grow up. Jacob wants to speak to you.
yeah. Look, I got for Dad's Father's Day.
What is it?
I can't remember.
Is it a tuna or a tuna?
A tuna.
Yeah.
I mean a tuna.
Is it a tuna or is it a tuna?
A tuna.
Okay then, let's get back to this one. No. Oh. Right. I don't want to hurt his tail. Boom.
Yeah, boom. We just got the last adult.
So what did we find out of there? Well, that's the enclosure. We got 1 baby. Now, I'm going to grow this baby and keep it within my colony. Can you see how it's got a bit of a stub missing off the end of its tail? Like I say, these will eat their babies. Again, there we go. The mourning geckos will eat their babies in confined spaces like that. Again, one of the reasons why I wanted to give them the bigger enclosure. I have found 1 baby. There could be another one in there. It is quite overgrown, so I'm just going to leave the door shut, keep feeding it, keep just cycling it as normal, because we do have eggs in there. So those eggs will hatch. Those babies will grow up in there. Once I start seeing the babies get to some sort of size, I'll either pull them out to sell them off, or I'll put them in the colony with these 3. These are the 3 mourning geckos that were in there. We've got all 3 of the adults. There's one there. There's one there. Look at them looking at each other. And then there's one there. How cool are they? So now I'm going to move these 3 over into their big new enclosure. The baby is going to go in one of these. Now, why can't I put the baby in there? Quite simply because when this one gets to adult size, those eggs would have already hatched and there'll be babies in there. I want to keep this one and add it to the colony just because it's got a nice story behind it with that stub tail, and we did find it on camera. It's just a nice little thing, if the camera will focus, that is. Anyway, we're going to put it in here. We've added some new food in there. We've sprayed it down. We've cleaned off some of the poop that was on the leaves, and that's where he's going to live. Jacob really loves to be on camera. Jacob, can you tell the viewers, everybody watching, what you think of the mourning geckos? What do you think they look like?
A funny looking newt.
A funny looking newt. Right, let's get over to putting the baby in this enclosure. Oh, there we go. Right, get the lid on. Wait there, here we go. So, there he is. You can see him just there. And again, he's got the little stub on his tail. His tail will regrow, but I'd like a name for him, to be fair, because if he does have that little genetic sort of problem, if it is a little genetic problem, and he does have the little stub on the end of his tail, then we can call it Stubby or something. So stick your name suggestions in the comments down below. Let's get the adults over into that big enclosure. Here we go then, we've got to start the adults, putting them into this enclosure now. So we've got 3 adults that are going in here. There's already an adult in here. I can't find him, so he's obviously found a lovely little hiding spot. So I've got to be careful with opening the doors and introducing new guys. This one is the slightly lighter coloured version of the other Mourning Geckos. I don't want to be hanging around. Oh, there we go. Oh, go on, out you go. Huh, he doesn't want to go. Let's put, there we go. This again is another lightly coloured Mourning Gecko. They're all absolutely stunning. Let's put you there so you can go straight onto that leaf. Go on. Oh, how timid was that? So that's it. We have got 4 Mourning Geckos in there now. 1 is sub-adult, 3 adults. They should be okay together. We've got 2 sort of sticking together over on the top, over the back corner. And the other 2, I just can't find them. So they're going to be among the sort of area where all the plants basically sort of generally just are. We've actually added another pothos plant in there. The way we done that was basically by trimming off a big cutting out of that enclosure, and we've added it to that back corner there. We realised over by the food it was a bit sort of bare, and we like for them to be able to come out and have a bit of food, but if they get a bit scared they can hide. So we've added just a cutting of a pothos plant in that planter just there, the one with the vine plant on, and hopefully that pothos plant and the one on the back wall mingle together and make just a bit of cover over there. It must be working because we do actually still have a Mourning Gecko on that back wall just there hiding away. So yeah, we've got currently 4 Mourning Geckos in there, possibly 1 baby in there, but we've also got 5 eggs in there. Now you may be wondering, well, why is there only 1 on the door? That's because 1 fell off and it's actually there. So we're actually incubating 1 just there. That's living there near the heat source for the boa constrictor, which is in there somewhere. And we've got Stumpy Tail in that one just there. So stay tuned. If you like Mourning Geckos, let me know in the comments down below, because I'm really enjoying the Mourning Gecko sort of project. And thanks for tuning in, guys. I really appreciate you all. Thanks to the Patreon supporters, links in the description. I hope you do enjoy your benefits for being a Patreon supporter. They normally get the videos uploaded there an hour or so earlier. Then if we have any name suggestions we need names for, they get the opportunity, which has got loads of little benefits. Check it out, the link will be in the description down below. But wow, chuffed with how this is turning out.